friends, and welcome back to my December Daily 2025. This is going to be a multi-day video because for days 11 and 12, they're a little more personal, has some photo of friends of mine, and day 12 is my daughter, so I'm not really going to go into depth about that. So I just wanted to show you what I had set up, and then I'm going to move into day 13. So day 11 is right here. I pulled out this journal card from several years ago. I actually did this on the front and the back. So I've got that on the back. So day 11 is Bunko. I've got my photo under here. Just trying to be respectful for my friends. Maybe they don't want to be in my video. I don't know. So I typed up this journaling in Photoshop, and then I created a text box that would fit kind of in this space and printed it out on a regular cardstock, just like I did for yesterday's video. The only difference is when I got the sizing the way I wanted it, I just put this card directly in my printer. I added some washi tape. I believe this was from last year. And then I'm going to add this little 11 right here. And I will be done with day 11. Not going to do anything to my photo or anything like that. Going to keep these ones pretty simple for the most part. Just going to add some red line tape here. Whoops. Just to keep this on, and I considered putting the number actually on the outside. I might actually still do that. That way, just so that my my page protector doesn't get lumpy, which it sometimes does. And I apologize for the glare. I've got quite a glare going on there. So let's just put this on there. And these little numbers are Vicky Boot, and it came in a set of, it actually had 3 different numbers in there, and I love them. So I'm just going to put that there, and I'm good to go with that page. So for the opposite side, I've got my journaling that I'm not really going to do anything about. I'll just show you, I've got my number up here. This is from many, many years ago. I thought the clear looked good on there, and then that's just a star sticker, again, from many years ago. I've got my other journaling, and I'm just going to slip in this pocket, and I'm not going to do anything else with that. So this page was actually set up in my foundation pages. Oh, actually, I thought about putting this on the top of here. I don't know that I need to have it there because I've got all this up there. I think I'm going to leave that off of there for now. Well, actually, I kind of like that on there. Let's go ahead and add that on there real quick. Almost forgot I wanted to add that on there. Let's see. Oh, these are so hard to grab because they're so teeny tiny. Okay. Just going to add a little bit of adhesive right on there. I like the green on there. Adds a little bit of color at the top. So yeah, pop that in there, and then we'll be good to go. So now for my other page. So this side was actually something that I had in my foundation pages, and I actually had these cards in here, right here. And then I wanted to add this transparency, kind of like the cityscape. I already stitched it along the side, and I have not added the ribbon that I wanted to add to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and I'm going to do that with red line tape. Or actually, no, that's not adhesive. I'm thinking of a different ribbon I have. I'm going to go ahead and just put some red line tape right along there. I don't want to really stitch it because I have a feeling with it being so thick that it's just going to mess up trying to stitch it you know, with my sewing machine. So I think red line tape will work just fine. I haven't figured out if I'm going to add it to the other side yet. We'll see what the other side looks like once I add it on there. I'm not sure what it's going to look like from the back side. So I may end up adding a little bit on the other side. And I did cut this longer than I needed so that I could trim it up. Oh, I didn't put it far enough over. Hold on. There we go. There we go. And I may find that I need to maybe staple it in the future if it starts coming off, but we'll see how it holds up as we go. So basically on this side, I had forgotten, you know, when I set this up in my foundation pages, I had the 2 4x6 and then this transparency. Well, I forgot I wanted to use 3x4 photos. No big deal. So what I did was, this is actually 2 3x4 photos. The photo under here is actually one of these in color. I ended up liking the black and white better. It's just, you know, if you've ever taken photos at a event or a school or a gym, or the coloring is just way off. So and this photo isn't the best because it was actually taken during a video, but I still wanted to include it. My daughter had her first full song solo for her choir concert, and it was amazing. So I ended up taking one of the journal cards from this year and a plastic star and putting that in the top. And then for the bottom, I had the 2 3x4 cards, so I took a bunch. Oh, I can't get that out of there because I already put that on there. I took a bunch of the plastic stars from this year and just kind of put them along the line in between the 2 photos and then stitched them on there. So the reason I didn't switch out the page protector to the 3x4 ones is because I had already stitched this on there. It's fine. And I'll probably have to do something creative like this for the back, because for day, let's see, this is 12. So for day 13, I think I'm going to also have 3x4 photos. So, and I probably will add something on the back. I don't know. We'll see. So now that was day 11 and 12. And then I've just got 13 to deal with, which is just going to be on the back of here. Again, relatively simple. And that will be it for these pages. Keeping it kind of, like I said, kind of simple for these ones. And yeah, so let's get started on. Okay, so like I said, I've got the 2 4x6 spots on that page protector. I printed out a couple tags from prep day. I printed one just as it is, and then I created a text box in the other one. And I believe I resized these just a little bit. I can't remember. I'm really liking these tags. I've used these a few times. I believe I used one for day 14 as well, too, that you'll see in the next video. The reason I printed 2 of those is because it's going to be sticking out from the page protector on the top just a little bit, so you'll see it on the reverse side. And rather than having just a white piece of paper, I ended up printing that on the other side. I probably could have just used the top part of it because the entire tag isn't going to show, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to adhere those back to back. And then I'm going to punch a hole with my slot punch, which is another tool that I've been using a lot more this year, which I really like. And I've had this tool forever. So then I'm going to pull out some ribbon, this cute ribbon that I got. I believe I got this ribbon when I was in Utah last October. I love it. It's so cute. It looks like a little candy cane stripe, but it's pink and red instead of white and red. So just going to staple that on. And then I've got my 2 4x6 photos. One of those is actually a 3x4 printed on a 4x6 piece of photo paper. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive on the back of that tag just to keep it from falling over or sliding over. Even though it's a tag, there's really no reason you need to pull it out because you can read it right there. So um, I had no problem putting a little bit of adhesive on the back of that. Then I'm going to go through my red chipboard circles from the kit this year looking for the number 13, and clearly I couldn't find it at first, thinking that I already pulled it out, but no, I somehow missed it, so I had to go through it again. And then I started looking through my stash to figure out what I wanted to put on the back of that 13. Also considered using the green, but that just doesn't show up on that photo. Went through my stash trying to find something, but in the end, I ended up settling on a little round tag that either came in the Star Mini Kit or one of the other add-ons. I can't remember which add-on that came with. And it was just the perfect size to back that red chipboard with. So going to use some red line tape because I'm going to put this on the outside of the page protector again, just so that my page protector doesn't get all, bumpy and bubbly. So I'm going to put that photo in there. It was a little tight because I had already added that ribbon on the back side, but that's fine. So just going to add that on there. Just a little bit, a simple page. I just love it. Then when I was putting this back in my album, I decided the other page protector that I had was just the two 4x6s. And I wanted to add something like a tab or something on the edge. So I first considered those little rectangle tags that came in the main kit, which I don't think I've used any of those yet this year. So I need to, or I should say last year, really. I need to make sure I use one of those. But I ended up pulling out one of my Avery Index tabs and going through my stamps and finding something to stamp on there just to kind of give it a little, a tab for flipping the page. And that's it. A couple simple pages. I'll be back tomorrow with a pocket page for day 14, all about A Christmas Story. So be sure to come back and see that video. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.